Every great person at one point in time in their life needs someone who will trust in them, invest in them, support them. The 234 project did that for me, and I'm here to tell how it happened. Stay with me. In 2018, when the 234 project came to University of Calabar, I remember I was going home that day after lecture one afternoon, and I saw this beautiful banner at the main gate, so I went closer to check it. They were calling for storytellers to tell unique stories about Nigeria using short films, photography, and other art forms. At this time, I had made a short film in 2016, a 4-minute short film entitled Situation Report. I decided to modify that story. I added a few things, and then I submitted. On the D-Day, when the 234 project came down to University of Calabar to have the conference, they had this tour across Nigerian universities, and University of Calabar was one of them. So when they came to University of Calabar, I was expecting, to be awarded best short film, but to my greatest surprise, the competition was cancelled. Although the conference was not cancelled because they still had conference with the students who were present, but there were just 5 entries. I think we are not even up to 5 entries, so that was why they cancelled the contest. But they gave us gifts, and then I remember Mr. Aki and Mr. Mbolaji called me. I remember what Mr. Aki said. He said, "I like you. You don't have your shoulders over your head. Can you make short documentaries for us about people's life?" And then that was how I thought of the live series, and they approved, and we started doing it. The live series documentaries, gave me an opportunity to further hone my craft in storytelling, because I am a film director that likes to tell authentic stories that reflect real human situations. If the story does not reflect real human situation, I find it hard to connect. So doing this documentary further made me, hone my directing and storytelling skill. And the money I was being paid for these documentaries, I'll use to support myself in school. But something happened in 2020, September. I remember on this morning, before that time, I used to edit with this ramshackle, rickety Dell laptop. It would take several hours to export even a 5-minute video. That time we usually have bad power supply, so I didn't have any alternative means of power. I remember I would take my system to some shop to just plug it there and export a video. It would take me several hours to export. On this particular morning, when I woke, I prayed, and then I went outside to make a plan on how I could upscale. I just wanted better post-production equipment and filming gears. So I went outside. I just started writing the list of the things I would need. They were about they got to 5 million, and then I made 2 lists, 5 million and 2 million. What would I do with 5 million, and also what would I do with 2 million? And then I prayed, I presented it to God. I said, these are the things I wanted. And then I started also making plans on how the money would come in. When I went back inside to continue editing, the laptop just gave up on me, shut down. No warning whatsoever, shut down. I didn't know what to do. So for 2 months, I wasn't working. September, October. Then in November, I got a message again from the 234 project. And they said, we need to make a documentary for us. Wow. I said, okay, I'd love to, but then I don't have a system to edit. And they said, how much do you need to get the system you wanted? I was surprised. Like, who gives you money to buy a system just so you could do a job for them? Only 2 to 3 for projects. And so I told them the laptop I wanted, and they gave me the money, and I got that laptop. Do you know that in September, when I was writing the list of the things I needed, that laptop was among the list of the things I wrote? When I made my second short film, Rancor, Mr. Akim was asking me my plans for the future, and then I was telling him he saw that I that I had keen interest for storytelling, and then that was how we made this film, Rancor. They funded the film. It is about genotype and then sickle cell anemia. The idea was to make this short film and then sell it and make profit, but there was no profit. We couldn't sell it. Wrong projection. I was not happy that we couldn't sell it and they couldn't make money, but they didn't even take it out on me. It was as though they were more interested in my growth than the profits that will come in from the investment. Because of what happened there with Rancor, I was not confident to ask anybody for money to make invest in short films. I just started raising money for myself and ask family and friends. So I made my short films, and then I finally made Tales of the Brow Beaten.
I'll catch more tomorrow. Oh, you will catch more tomorrow. We are going to catch beatings today.
At the end of the day, when the film came out, we won 4 awards in the first year. African International Film Festival. In that same year, 2022, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever was premiered in Africa in the same festival, African International Film Festival. We won at the Eastern Nigerian Film Festival, we won at the Coast Film Festival, we won at the Uyo International Theatre and Film Festival. We were also selected to Joburg Film Festival in South Africa, and also Big 3 Festival of Moving Image in Frankfurt, Germany. It was a bomb.
That's really cry so. Did you hear him? Did you hear him? Not from my car?
And that was how I went ahead to make my first feature film with Native Filmworks and Michelangelo Production. So Mr. Steve Gukas and Mr. Dotun, selected these young directors, and we were trained for this process for a period of time. And filmmakers from across the world were also brought in to train us. At the end of the day, we were given opportunity to make our first feature film. My own first feature film, everybody was talking about it. It was as though this is coming from a filmmaker who had been making films before. Topping the charts in Amazon Prime, Nigeria, Ghana, and other countries was a big one for me. The 234 project, when they met me, I wasn't really a big deal. I just had this raw talent. I just had a story to tell. And Mr. Aki and Mr. Mbolaji saw that in me, and they decided to invest in it. And the Sebastian Ukwa that so many people are talking about today didn't really have what could lure people to desire him back then in 2016 and 2018. And so it was people's investment, people's work, and my hard work, my commitment to genuinely making it brought me here. Blessed be God for this. Currently, I run a YouTube channel where I give filmmaking tutorials. I have over 15,000 people from across the world watching, and I have active 200 students in Nigeria who are constantly asking me questions, and I prefer answer, and we have workshop classes from time to time. All this success, I owe all thanks to the only true living God, and of course special thanks to the 234 project for investing in me, for taking a chance on me, for all they did, and then I'm grateful. Hi, I am Sebastian Ukwa, and this is how the 234 project impacted me.